As seen in Young and Restless' newest preview, Nate's older brother, Damien, is about to be found. He's bound to turn up in Genoa City sooner rather than later, but regrets, Nate may end up with a few. After initial skepticism about Amy's authenticity, Nate reached out to the woman who had an affair with his late father, Nathan Hastings, and gave her the news she'd been hoping to hear. He agreed to hire a private investigator to find her son, the older half-brother he never knew existed. Most recently, Nate told his girlfriend Audra he was excited by the prospect of getting to connect with his sibling, and any and all trepidation appeared to be gone. Fast forward to the Young and Restless weekly preview, which has Amy and Nate learning big news. The private investigator located Damien. The ball will be in their court, but it's obvious they'll reach out to the man post-haste, given that they need to tell him his mother is dying, among other things. It's not gonna be smooth sailing, that we already know. The death of the man Damien believed to be his father left him shook, and he's been at loose ends and not close with his mother since he took off for parts unknown. Apparently he doesn't deal with difficult things well, which sets us, not to mention Nate and Amy, up for some volatility when they tell the guy that the man he thought was his father wasn't his biological father, and that his real dad is dead. Oh, and you have a half-brother you never knew about as well. Yeah, it's gonna get messy. If Neil and Malcolm were anything to go by, the brothers, who we already know are very different, may prove to be oil and water, and friction could ensue. In fact, we bet on it. Not only because Damien is bound to bristle at all of the shocking new information coming at him, but also because we think Young and Restless is setting up a sibling rivalry. Over, what else? But a woman. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that when we see a couple getting comfortable and content on a soap opera, we know trouble is ahead. Audra just made headway with the Winters family when she showed unexpected vulnerability and opened up about her difficult background, and she and Nate seemed closer than ever after the fact, curled up together in front of the fire. But it was the calm before the coming storm, we say, and that disturbance could be called Hurricane Damien. Nate's world will be forever changed by Damien's very arrival. He'll probably invite his brother to stay with him, which will instantly change his home life. Given that Audra's becoming a bigger and bigger part of that particular domestic scene, we're assuming she'll be interacting with Damien on the regular as well. That could go one of two ways. Either Audra and Damien will be at odds and make life difficult for Nate in that respect, or worse, they'll hit it off and bond. That, of course, could spell big trouble in the form of the dreaded soap love triangle. Audra does love a bad boy, she loved Tucker after all. And she certainly wouldn't be the first woman to fall for two brothers. Phyllis, Sharon, Sally, the list goes on of lovely ladies who couldn't resist their significant other's sibling. Of course, there's always the possibility that Damien will be paired with Lily, who is on the verge of finding her true love. That would be a much better prospect from Nate's point of view, we're sure. Unless he thinks his big bro's too messy for his cousin. Then we'll have yet another kind of turmoil.